For the longest time, Call of Duty has dominated the first-person shooter genre of video games with its yearly releases, bombastic, over-the-top marketing, and relevance as a household franchise. What if I told you there was an alternative? Something that's free, polished, and befitting to be considered a COD substitute. There is one out there, yes. But could the game, in 2025, be unfortunately doomed to the dismay of those who play it, or those wanting to try it out? This is 83.1 The Jolt. I'm your host, Sparky, and the game that I'm referring to is Ironsight. To understand why I believe that the game's longevity is in question, let's recall its history up until this point. Ironsight was originally developed by Wiple Games and distributed by Aeria Games via their website, Gamingo. More on these two later. The game was released in early March 2018 to little fanfare. However, it slowly but surely started gaining traction to where eventually top names within the Twitch ecosystem, such as Summit 1G, would give this game a gander.
Okay. Yeah, how about like right there? No kills, no kills. Okay, I got a kill. Got a kill.
Whether it was through word of mouth, YouTube video, or even exposure via large streamer, the game was starting to take off. This was also the time that I myself discovered this game, and I started to get intimately familiar with the mechanics, maps, game modes, and more that this game had to offer. While researching for this video though, I was unable to find specific player counts that go back to the Aeria game Gamingo days. However, from my own personal experience, I felt like there was a healthy amount of players on at any given time playing any given game mode. And fortunately for us, the Ironsight community, this would further be boosted by Ironsight being added to different platforms, including one that we all use. Ironsight would be released on Steam in June of 2019, which saw initial player numbers peak at nearly 5,000 players. Given the fledgling status for such a game as Ironsight, that was quite the achievement. And because of this, it would signal a long-lasting period of frequent updates, which would contain bug fixes, balance patches, new content, and an overall positive outlook from the game's player base. This would soon change. On July 31st, 2020, roughly a year after it was released on Steam, it would be announced that Ironsight would be permanently shutting down. This would include the servers, forums, and all other aspects of the game. This shocked and saddened the community, and the game, for a time, actually gained players from those who wanted to play Ironsight one last time. It was later revealed that Wiple was merely severing ties with Aeria Games and Gamingo over a disagreement, and would relaunch the servers shortly thereafter. Now free from the grasp of Aeria Games and Gamingo, the developers at Wiple would continue to support the game with additional quality of life improvements, weapons, maps, a competitive mode, and much more. This leads us to today, where, despite Wiple's upkeep of the game, it might just very well be in vain. According to both Steam charts and SteamDB, Ironsight has had quite an extremely low player count for quite a while now. Currently, as I'm recording this, On Steam charts, Ironsight currently has 94 current players, and the daily peaks have been roughly around 200, 250. Now, speaking as someone who has played Ironsight since 2018, and I have a large amount of in-game time, streamed hours on Twitch, and even made YouTube map guide videos on this very channel, it deeply saddens me to see something that I've been a part of experience death by 1,000 cuts. On top of that, Wiple Games' communication towards the remaining player base has been virtually non-existent. There's no indication what they have planned for the game, seeing as no roadmap for the year has been announced, or a blog post on what they've been working on, or even a tiny teaser for an update, which, mind you, the last one came out, I believe, roughly 4 to 6 months ago. That is unacceptable. Another big reason why I feel as if Ironsight has been massively struggling is due to promotion and awareness, or rather, lack thereof. Whether it is getting large creators to sponsor segments of the game, or even some good old-fashioned ad campaigns, things need to be done to get fresh eyes on the game, as well as get the ones that might have forgotten that this game exists. With the entire Call of Duty and FPS ecosystem in general being a literal dumpster fire at the moment, Ironsight has the perfect opportunity to capitalize on and claim a good chunk of disenfranchised players. But in order for that to happen, that requires acknowledgement from Wiple Games that they're still committed to Ironsight. I close this video out by saying, if by some chance a Wiple Games dev is currently watching, please post that roadmap. Make that blog post. Make the promotions happen. Do something. Because the game, and the game that I have spent many hours on, will die without your input.